What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Today it is finally time for the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I am very, very excited. Please do drop a like on the video down below if you're also excited for the European football we have coming up, and leave your predictions down in the comments below. Kicking it off, we do have Manchester City up against Borussia Dortmund. Manchester City, they are in red hot form. Borussia Dortmund, they have of course got Erling Haaland, who recently has been the talk of the town with discussions whether or not he's going to move to Barcelona, Real Madrid. He's probably going to go from Dortmund this summer so as not to, trigger his release clause next summer, which is arguably very, very cheap for one of the hottest talents in world football right now. But Man City and Borussia Dortmund, I think Dortmund are going to score, because if they want to try and progress with this tie, they have to score because they know Manchester City will. So I think Dortmund will get a goal, which is rare for Manchester City to actually concede, but as they go further in the competition, they are facing better opponents, and obviously City don't have the greatest, recent record in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. So I'm going to go for Dortmund to score, but Man City ultimately to overpower them, take the win, 3-1, and my tip for this game is going to be fairly straightforward. It's Man City win and over 1.5 goals, in case they do keep that clean sheet, because I don't see them scoring only one goal. So if they get a 2-0, that also comes to fruition here. I don't see Borussia Dortmund causing an upset against this very, very in-form and threatening Manchester City side. Now, the next fixture, it is Real Madrid up against Liverpool. Two European heavyweights going head-to-head, and I was originally going to give this win to Real Madrid. I was going to go for a 2-1 win, but then I heard that Sergio Ramos is going to miss this fixture, and I think that is a big, big blow for Real Madrid. So I don't know which way it's going to go. Liverpool have had pretty decent away form and pretty decent form in the Champions League, despite, domestically not doing as well as they are expected to. But they do have a few injuries still to contend with. So given the way this game's looking, I can't separate the two teams. I think both would be relatively happy with the draw, but I would say Liverpool probably more so. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between the two teams, but my tip is going to be Real Madrid double chance and both teams to score at 2.3. I do still see a scenario where Real Madrid do take this win from Liverpool, because Liverpool aren't at the best of strength. Real Madrid have been winning quite a few of their recent games, 3-1, 2-1 here and there, conceding but getting the job done. But with Sergio Ramos' absence, I couldn't quite tip Real Madrid to win, given that Liverpool also are a force to be reckoned with when it comes to Europe and Champions League football. Now, next up after that, we have Bayern Munich up against PSG, a repeat of the final. And whilst that did end in a low-scoring KG 1-0 win, I believe it was, to Bayern Munich, I think this will be different because it's the quarterfinals. There's two legs, and they're going to try and go gung-ho. Bayern Munich are going to try and score as many goals as possible to try and give themselves an advantage over PSG. However, PSG, they're looking good. Neymar looks set to potentially sign a new contract for PSG, saying that he's happy with the building and the project that PSG are going on. Kylian Mbappe is looking good as well, obviously dispatching of Barcelona in the previous round. So I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. I could, there is a possibility that PSG do cause an upset here and beat Bayern Munich. They are definitely good enough to go through, but I cannot look past Bayern Munich as the holders, so I'm going to go for a 3-2 win to Bayern as a result, but my tip is going to be both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.72, because I don't see a world in which PSG don't score away from home here, and I definitely don't see a world where Bayern Munich don't score 1 or 2 in this game. So I'm going to go for both teams to score and over 2.5 goals as my tip, because I'm not entirely certain on the result, because PSG, they could pull off a madness and maybe knock out Bayern Munich. I think either team that goes through this tie will look very, very strong going into the semi-final against who I presume to be Manchester City. But now, the next and final tie of the quarterfinal first leg, it's FC Porto up against Chelsea. I think this is going to be a very, very interesting game. Porto, they're at this stage of the competition for a reason. They are very formidable at home. They're very solid defensively, but then again, so are Chelsea. So is Thomas Tuchel, undefeated currently as Chelsea manager, so I don't see him getting defeated here. I think it's going to be a cagey, low-scoring game, because neither team likes to, no one likes to concede goals, but neither team concedes too often. And I got to be honest, I underestimated Chelsea in the last round against Atletico Madrid. They soundly swept past them 3-0 on aggregate. So I think given that they can dispatch of Atletico Madrid, who I would say are more of a threatening proposition than Porto, no disrespect to them, I'm going to go for a low-scoring Chelsea win. I'm going to go for a 1-0 away win to Chelsea, giving them a massive advantage going to Stamford Bridge in the second leg, assuming you will be able to travel to Stamford Bridge for the second leg. But my tip, it's so safe because I don't know which way this would go. I know Chelsea, well, I say Chelsea they probably wouldn't be happy with like a 0-0 draw because that means no away goals, and Porto, if they score an away goal, it would be, you know, very difficult for Chelsea. So I think Chelsea are really going to try and get that away goal and stay defensively solid at the back like they have been doing. So my tip is going to be Chelsea double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.5. It's a very modest value, but I could see this ending 1-1, and I think Porto would be happy with that result. Chelsea, to an extent, would, I guess, as well, because they'll be feeling like they could keep a clean sheet at Stamford Bridge. But I'm going to go for that 1-0 win to Chelsea. So that is going to do it for the Champions League round of 16 quarter-final, first leg. Like I said, I really did think Real Madrid could get the home win against Liverpool. I do think they're capable, but then the absence of Ramos, it's a very difficult one to predict. Bayern Munich, PSG, anyone could win that. I genuinely think the only result that I'm absolutely certain of is Man City to beat Dortmund, but then again, we've seen slip-ups from City before, so I'm very excited to see how these games pan out. If you are, like I said, drop your predictions down in the comments below, leave a like as well, subscribe so you don't miss a future video. We've got Europa League coming up on the channel as well very soon, and I will see you in that video in a couple of days.